DayStar's rural setting gives little hint of what's going on here, because back there in the distance, it's anything but peaceful. DayStar is one of only a handful of companies in the United States making Eclipse viewing glasses, turning out hundreds of thousands, even millions, since last October's annular eclipse. And when we were there, the April 8th eclipse was just weeks away. Quite an operation. I mean, there's so much going on here.
Well, they have to get it all done by the deadline or else. There is no waiting until later.
Right. Jen Winter is co-owner of DayStar. I mean, this is crunch time for you, right?
Oh, thousands and hundreds of thousands of orders at a time.
Right.
We'll get a phone call and say, can you deliver 500,000? And some of them we can, and some of them we can't.
Yeah.
And anyhow, we're doing the best we can.
Here's how they do it. 8 pairs of glasses are printed out on cardboard sheets. Then the eye holes are cut out. And this is the key ingredient, the special filter. They don't make it here. It comes in wide rolls, which they slice into 2-inch strips. And that's what covers the eye holes.
It's going to block 99.9999% of the light.
Another sheet of cardboard is then glued on the back to sandwich the filter in between.
Carefully aligns them and lays them down.
This machine punches the 8 pairs of glasses out of the sheets so they can be removed, bundled, packaged, and shipped all over North America. And the demand is great. While the path of this eclipse only goes through part of the country, a lot of major population centers from Mexico to Canada will experience a total eclipse. During totality, when the moon is completely blocking the sun, it can be viewed with the naked eye. But before and after, and anywhere there's only a partial eclipse, including St. Louis, the glasses have to be worn to look directly at the sun. I think when people tried these on in 2017, right, maybe for the first time a lot of people found these or saw these, you put them on, you see nothing.
Nothing.
But if you look at
until you see the sun.
You see the sun.
That's just how much brighter the sun is.
And how much did you say it blocks? How much light does it?
99.999% of all visual spectrum. So it appears that's a really good example of why Pop-Tart wrappers or tinfoil won't work, because if you can see anything around you, they're not going to safely block the sun.
They do pretty much the entire process here from start to finish because, well, when it comes to deliveries and supplies, they are kind of off the beaten path.
Hi, Nora.
And that's my choice. Just outside the door of the factory are Jen Winter's cattle. No, this is what we were coming out to see.
I didn't know it was what I was going to grow up and do. I had no expectation that I would be in cattle.
But what about the high-tech part?
I didn't know I would be in that either. It's just
She bought DayStar 20 years ago and moved it from California to the Missouri land that's been in her family for generations.
It's a better place to observe nighttime astronomy than it is in a big city.
So your interest started with the astronomy or with the science and the filters?
It started with astronomy.
Before she was a solar filter maker, Jen Winter and her late husband were eclipse chasers and eclipse photographers. This isn't just, I mean, I know it's a business.
It is.
But you really enjoy the sun.
No sun, no fun. That's what we always say, because all of these filters that we make, I have to test live on the sun.
And while eclipses come and go, the sun, let's say, never sets on this business.
And a lot of times folks don't realize that because the sun is out every day, you can, with proper gear, you can keep looking and observing the sun every day. And we sometimes refer to the eclipse as a gateway drug. So this is what we do when it's not an eclipse. We manufacture solar filters that separate the hydrogen. You notice it's red.
Right.
What you'll see through this is actually the red light that only hydrogen gas produces. And that lets us see those interesting things on the sun.
This attaches to a telescope.
It goes into the draw tube of an eyepiece of a telescope.
DayStar filters are used by astronomers, amateur and professional, by educators, and they've gone into orbit. But all that is set aside to fill the current demand for eclipse glasses.
But this eclipse, this year, crosses millions and millions of people. It's going to take all of our manufacturing capacity.
On April 9th, do you take the day off?
We're going to take quite a few days off. We haven't had a vacation in 2 years.
A couple of days later, we were closer to home. What better place to talk about the eclipse than the McDonald Planetarium? And what better person to talk about getting ready for it than planetarium manager Will Snyder?
The eclipse is something we do encourage people to get ready for beforehand. So right now, if you're interested, one thing they can do is come here to the planetarium. We're doing a show right now all about the eclipse. Of course, the basics of why this happens, why it matters, and how to safely watch it. So that's a great opportunity to get ready, get eclipse glasses, and understand the event a little better. But also in the lead up, we'll be doing solar telescope observing here. So on Sundays throughout March and up to the eclipse, you can come on in, weather permitting, and get a cool opportunity to learn about how to observe the sun and see cool things about it.
So you've got to have some special stuff to do solar observing, yeah?
You're absolutely right. So sort of just like we don't want to look at the sun with our eyes, we definitely don't want to use a telescope either. So here at the planetarium, we use a variety of different filters and special telescopes designed to safely look at the sun. And depending on what type we use, you can see everything from sunspots to even solar prominences. An eclipse is just such a wonderful opportunity to get people excited about what goes on overhead.
The path of totality will pass through southeastern Missouri and into Illinois on the afternoon of Monday, April 8th. In St. Louis, all but just a sliver of the sun will be blocked, so viewing glasses will still be needed the entire time. For Living St. Louis, I'm Jim Kircher.